Hi friends, let's discuss few questions related to motion in a plane. The first question, what is the minimum number of coplanar vectors of different magnitude which can give zero resultant? Okay, so just consider this is a plane. We have one vector, say it as vector A, and we have another vector, this is a vector B, right? So what is the resultant of these two vectors, vector A and vector B? You see, this is the resultant of vector A and B, correct? If I say it as vector C is the resultant of vector A and B, you can see here the resultant is not come to 0. The resultant becomes 0. We need one more vector which should be same magnitude but different direction, correct? So if this is a vector D and with the same magnitude of the C, you can see here the resultant become 0 if both are equal and opposite. So how many minimum vectors is required here? 3 vectors must be required in order to become what? Resultant become 0. Okay, if a vector 2i plus 3j plus 8k is perpendicular to the vector is given the 4j minus 4i plus fk, then the value of f is. So as we already learned here, two vectors which are perpendicular, we can say here a dot b must be equal to 0. So instead of a, what is the vector given here? That is 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 8k cap. Okay, dot, what is next vector is given the, it is written the 4j first. We should write in order, right? So minus 4i cap plus 4j cap plus fk cap. Now if you multiply I dot I equal to 1, j dot j equal to 1, k dot k is equal to 1, right? So you can see here first one 2 into minus 4, 2 into minus 4 plus j term, right? 3 into 4, and the next one is what? 8 into f must be equal to 0. So this is minus 8 plus 12 plus 8f must be equal to 0. Or we can write here 8f is equal to, see, minus 8 plus 12, that is equal to plus 4. Plus 4 become what? Minus 4. So f is equal to what? Minus 4 divided by 8, that is equal to minus 1 by 2. This is the second question is talking about. Now let's discuss about the question number 3. A person aiming to reach exactly opposite point on the bank of a stream. So let's draw the bank of a stream. These are the two banks of the stream. Okay, you want to reach exactly straight, maybe from here starting, and should be reach here the other bank. Swimming with a speed of 0.5 meter per second at an angle of 120 degree with the direction of flow of water. That means you have to consider here the water is now flowing. Okay, just imagine this is the direction of water flow. Say it as V. The person is swimming within what angle? 120 degree, right? So we can draw here from this bank. He is now swimming with a 0.5 meter per second with the direction of flow of water. The speed of water in the stream is. That means we have to calculate here the V. Okay, so if you construct this triangle, this is the speed of the stream and this is the speed with the person is now swimming in order to reach at exactly at the straight here. Okay, making an angle 120 degree with the bank, right? So total angle is 120 degree, right? So this angle is 90 degree, so this angle is equal to 30 degree. We have to calculate here V, so just use the formula sine 30 degree is equal to opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is equal to what? 0.5. So V is equal to 0.5 into sine 30. That is equal to what? V is equal to 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, that is equal to 1 by 4. So answer is equal to what? 0.25 meter per second. This is the next question is talking about. Two projectiles of same mass and with the same velocity are thrown at an angle 60 degree and 30 degree with the horizontal, then which will remains the same? Which will remains the same? As we already learned about, if theta 1 plus theta 2 is equal to 90 degree, the range will be equal, or the horizontal range will be same. Look at the theta 1 and theta 2. This is one is 60 degree plus other one is 30 degree. It's coming here 90 degree, right? So which one will be same? The range of the projectile will be same. The range of the projectile will be same. A particle A is dropped from a height and another particle B is projected in the horizontal direction. Okay, so one particle is now dropping. Okay, at the same time another particle is projected in the horizontal direction. That means in this direction it is now projecting with the speed of 5 meter per second from the same height. Then correct statement is particle A will reach the ground first with respect to particle B. Particle B will reach the ground first with respect to particle A. Both the particles will reach the ground simultaneously. So here the answer is what? You can see in both cases, while you're dropping as well as projecting horizontally, what is the vertical component or what is the vertical velocity component? You can see here the vertical velocity is equal to 0, correct? The vertical velocity in both the case is equal to 0. So both the particles take same time to fall through the same height. So both the particle will reach at the same time in the ground. So option C is the correct answer. Two racing cars of masses M1 and M2 are moving in circles of radii R1 and R2 respectively. Their speeds are such that each makes a complete circle in the same time. The ratio of the angular speeds of the first to second car is. Okay. So what is the ratio of angular speed? So we have to calculate here omega 1 is to omega 2. Here one point is talking about here about the speeds are such that each makes complete circle in the same time interval. In the same time interval. As we already learned, the time is equal to what? Time is equal to 2 pi by omega, correct? So in this case, the first one we can discuss 2 pi by omega 1. Second one we can write here 2 pi by omega 2. Here the time is equal, no? So we can write t is equal to 2 pi by omega 1, which is equal to 2 pi by omega 2. That means 2 pi by omega 1 is equal to 2 pi by omega 2 is equal to what? Omega 1 is equal to omega 2. That means omega 1 is to omega 2 is equal to what? 1 is to 1. So answer is option C. The maximum range of a gun of horizontal terrain is 16 km. So maximum range is given. So we can write here R max is equal to 16,000 meter or 16 km. If G equal to 10, the muzzle velocity of the shell must be. So what is the formula here? R max. R max is equal to U square divided by G. Correct? Or we can say it what? U square. U square is equal to R max into G, or the muzzle velocity U is equal to square root of R max into G. That is equal to square root of, what is R max here? 16,000 into 10. That means we can take here what? 16, and this is 10 to the power 4, 10 to the power 2. We can write here what? 400 meter per second is the answer. Option C is the question number 7th answer. So the following is true regarding the projectile motion. As you already learned that one horizontal velocity of projectile is constant because there is no gravity is acting along the horizontally, right? A bird flies from -3 meter, 4 meter, -3 meter. That is given the x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinate. And to 7 meter, -2m and -3m meter in the x, y, z coordinate. Okay, so what is the first one is given that is the initial position vector. If I am writing r1 vector, and the final position is given the r2 vector. So what is the r1 vector here? We can write here -3i cap plus 4j cap minus 3k cap. Same way, final position vector in vector notation we can write here 7i cap minus 2j cap minus 3k cap, and asking for the displacement. As we already learned, displacement is equal to what? Say it as r vector, that is equal to final position minus initial position. So if we subtract this one, 7i minus 3i, correct? 7i minus 3i, that is equal to 10i cap. Next one, minus 2j minus 4j, correct? That is equal to minus 6j Now minus 3k minus 3k, that is equal to what? 0. So what is answer here? 10i minus 6j is the answer. Question number 9. An electric fan has a blade of length 30 centimeter. Okay. Measure from the axis of rotation. Measure from the axis of rotation. If the fan is rotating at 120 rpm, what is meant by here 120 rpm? That is the new frequency. So frequency we can write here 120 rpm, which is equal to 120 divided by 60 rps. Rotation per minute should be converted into what? Rotation per second. Okay. The acceleration of point on the tip of the blade is. So here the electric fan has a blade of length. So we can say here what? The distance from the center, or r is given the 30 centimeter, which is equal to 0.3 meter. Okay. So what do you have to calculate here? Acceleration. So acceleration is equal to what? R into omega square. R is given the 0.3, but we don't know what is omega. So omega formula is equal to what? 2 pi nu. So omega is equal to 2 pi. What is the nu here? 120 divided by 60 rps. So here the answer is equal to what? 4 pi. What is the answer? 4 pi rad per second is omega. So we can substitute here 4 pi whole square, that is equal to 0.3 into 4 square, that is 16. Pi square is equal to g almost, right? So we can take it as a 10. So what is the answer here? 0.3 into 16 into 10, that is equal to nearly, approximately you can see here, that is 48, right? Acceleration is approximately 48 meter per second square. Here the answer is what? 47.4 meter per second square. Hope you understood this one. Thank you.